Hello everyone, how you all doing? It's just a quick update on the fundraiser that I'm also doing, helping people in need. I tried to do this video actually just while I'm slightly out of breath. I've just done my 100 press-ups, pull-ups. So I've done them the last 2 days. I'm only on the 2nd of September. I've got a whole 28 other days to go yet. Yeah, I hadn't really thought so much about that, but so far so good. It's not that difficult. Really, so far, 50 pull-ups, followed by 50 press ups over a few sets, not 50 pull ups in one go. 50 press ups in one go. Anyway, so I could feel a few wee aches that I'm only on day two. Anyway, we'll see how we get on. I'll keep us up to date. Very mildly out of breath. I'll get us some pictures and videos if you really want them. But I just want to say thanks so far. I'm really overwhelmed by the response so far. It's not even a week yet. My goal was kind of 2,000 or just over for 6 months, or 4,000 or just over for a year. I've currently got almost £1,500. I'm absolutely amazed by people's response and how much people have seen the needs that I've talked about to get that one further day, to develop resources, help people with physio and aches and pains, but sort of predominant goal to preach the gospel and help reach people. I've titled this video just one of the motivations to give, and really my motivation to do what I want to do in the very near future, God willing, is I really believe the gospel speaks to our mental health in terms of when it's negative. I read it this morning in Acts chapter 20. I'll just share with you. You may know Paul, also known as Saul in the Bible. So, like the last apostle that Jesus met on the road to Damascus, he was a murderer of Christians. He went from great striving to kill Christians in the book of Acts. And yet, near the end of his life, when he spoke to the elders in Ephesus before he was on his way to Jerusalem, he says to them, he knows he's not going to see them again. Acts 20, verse 25 says, I know you may never see me again, but I want to declare to you that I'm innocent of the blood of all men. Paul, at the end of his life, despite all the things he had done wrong, the guilt that no doubt was in his mind for a time, he realized at this point, I'm actually innocent of the blood of all men. How amazing it would be if each individual we meet could say, I'm innocent of all the things I've ever done. Because guilt is definitely one of the biggest problems with mental health issues. Guilt about not measuring up, not doing good enough, not being good enough, falling short, doing things wrong, hurting people, all this stuff that just clings to us. One of the things that Paul shared twice in this passage in verse 24 was, I may finish the race to complete the task as the Lord Jesus has given me, the task of testifying to the gospel of what? Of God's grace. The reason he then went on to say about being innocent of the blood of all men was it was all down to God's grace. He understood the height, length, breadth, and width of God's grace, which was Jesus. There is no limit to God's grace towards us, towards all the people that we come into contact with. The gospel is there for everyone, and it's God's grace to show us how much he cares about us. He loves us, frees us from our sin, and will remove all the guilt from us. So that's just a bit of the motivation why I want to get the gospel out to people. Why is it so important? I see a transformed life in Paul here in the gospel. So anyway, keep praying for me as I do these 50 press-ups, 50 pull-ups every day. And please donate whatever you can in order to make this possible. And when I get this, there will be regular updates as to what on earth has this money been able to achieve. Thanks so much for listening to me, guys. I'll give updates as and when. You will probably more sweaty, more tired, more sore, but hey, it's all good fun. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.